Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers reveal that Rick Lansing, Rick Hurst, has had quite a few days in Port Charles, while Christina Corinthos Davis, Kate Mansi, was set on revenge against Ava Jerome, Maura West. Poor Rick and Elizabeth Baldwin, Rebecca Herbst, got caught in the crossfire of it all when the woman ended up cutting the brakes to his vehicle, and not his friends. Still, actor Rick Hurst recently spoke to Soap Opera Digest, SOD, about what comes next, and how this situation is about far more than just money. Rick tells SOD that Rick is certainly conflicted about how Christina's actions will affect his own daughter, Molly Lansing Davis, Kristen Vaganos, and her relationship with her sister. He's also going to feel a tad bitter that once again, Alexis Davis, Nancy Lee Gran, will move mountains to cover for her other daughter. When asked about how enticing the dollar, blackmail, reward is, Rick notes something interesting. He states that Rick is not only in this blackmailing scheme as a way to support Ava, but it's also about leverage. The actor notes, money is a device for power, a device of control, of being able to manipulate and wield, and do all the things that he's very comfortable with. It's a way to utilize that for retribution. Still, Hearst goes on to say that money isn't Rick's endgame. Christina going to prison is. Hearst relays that Rick would love to do that, but who knows what the fallout of that would be. It may make him feel great, but it would destroy Molly. There are so many interesting layers to this storyline, from Ava/Rick's blackmail to the role Lucky Spencer, Jonathan Jackson, plays in knowing Christina's behind the accident, but keeping things from the police and, more importantly, Liz. Actually, both men have lied to the good nurse at this point. So, what happens next? Fans will have to tune in to find out. In an unexpected twist that's shaking up Port Charles once again, Rick Lansing is back, and actor Rick Hurst is giving fans a deeper look into his character's motivations, especially regarding his recent blackmail storyline with Ava Jerome. While money might seem like the root of Rick's schemes, Hurst teases that there's a lot more beneath the surface. According to him, this isn't just about dollar signs. This is about redemption, revenge, and Rick trying to reclaim something he's lost long ago: control. The return of Rick Lansing. Calculated, not coincidental. Rick Lansing's reappearance on the General Hospital canvas has already stirred the pot. Longtime viewers know Rick for his manipulative tendencies, but also for his deeply buried vulnerability. Rick Hurst, who has embodied the role with nuance and layered emotion, says Rick's return wasn't by accident. Rick doesn't just show up for no reason, Hurst explains. He's always got a motive, even if it's not clear to the audience right away. With Ava, he sees an opportunity, but it's not just a financial one, it's personal. That personal angle, according to Hurst, is rooted in Rick's ongoing resentment and bitterness. Whether it's the shadow cast by his brother Sonny Corinthos, or his inability to maintain long-term relationships, Rick often lashes out in ways that reflect his inner demons. Ava Jerome, he says, is a perfect mirror for Rick's own flaws, and that's what makes their dynamic so electric. The Rick and Ava dynamic, a dangerous game of chess. The storyline involving Rick blackmailing Ava over her involvement in a mysterious off-the-books deal with a foreign investor has fans buzzing. On the surface, it seems Rick stumbled across Ava's shady dealings and is using that information to squeeze her for cash. But according to Hurst, there's far more at play. What Rick is really doing is testing Ava, he says. He wants to see how far she'll go. There's admiration there, but also a desire to break her down, maybe to show her what it feels like to be manipulated. He's not just doing this for a payout. He wants power over her, and he's not even sure why, except that he needs to feel powerful again. Ava, played by the fierce Maura West, is no stranger to manipulation herself. With two damaged, brilliant minds in the same room, GH is offering fans a cat-and-mouse game where the lines between predator and prey blur more with each passing episode. Hurst reveals that during filming, both he and West leaned into the subtle tension between their characters, sometimes adversarial, sometimes borderline flirtatious. There's a real push and pull between Rick and Ava, Hurst teases. It's almost like foreplay in some scenes. Two people circling each other, waiting to see who makes the first real move. It's about more than money. Rick's hidden agenda. While the cash is a tempting angle, Rick's motivations appear to go far deeper. Here suggests that Rick is haunted by past failures, his rocky relationship with Alexis, his estranged daughter Molly, his inability to maintain a foothold in the Corinthos Empire. And this Ava plotline is a way for him to feel relevant again. Rick has always lived in Sunny's shadow, he says. Even when he tried to go legit or do the right thing, it always came back to Sunny getting the last word. With Ava, Rick sees someone who also operates in that gray area. But instead of teaming up, he wants to dominate her. It's like, if I can outsmart Ava Jerome, maybe I'm not such a loser after all. Rick's desperation is seeping through the cracks, even if he hides it behind legal jargon and cool confidence. Here's hints that the audience will soon start to see glimpses of the old Rick, the one who faked pregnancies, forged wills, and once even chained Carly in a panic room. But this time, there's more psychological depth to it. This isn't just a throwback to evil Rick, he says. This is a man who's unraveling slowly, methodically, and that makes him even more dangerous. Implications for Ava. Will the Queen of Crimson crack? As Rick's pressure mounts, Ava is being forced into a corner. With her past already checkered and her reputation teetering on scandal, Rick's threats could undo everything she's built. But Ava Jerome is not the type to roll over, and Hearst says Maura West is delivering powerhouse performances that show Ava's complexity. There's a scene coming up where Ava finally calls Rick's bluff. Here's hints. And it's not what he expects. She's got her own dirt on him, and it shakes him. Viewers can expect a tit-for-tat escalation in the coming weeks. As Rick tries to control Ava, she starts digging into his recent activities and finds some skeletons of her own. G8 insiders tease that Ava may flip the script and use Rick's past, especially his involvement in a legal scandal in Albany, to silence him once and for all. But Hearst is quick to remind fans, don't count Rick out just yet. Rick's always 3 steps ahead, he says. Even when it seems like he's been cornered, he's got a plan B, or C, or D. The question is, how far will he go to win this? A possible redemption arc, or the beginning of a new downfall. GA spoilers suggest that Rick's storyline could go in one of 2 directions. A redemption arc that reconnects him with Molly and Alexis, or a downward spiral that sees him completely self-destruct. Hearst says both paths are possible, but he's personally more interested in a middle ground. I'd love to see Rick have a moment of clarity, sure, he muses, but not too clean. I think what makes him interesting is that he wants to be good, but he just doesn't know how. He self-sabotages. He pushes away people who love him. And that's compelling drama. Interestingly, Hearst mentions that upcoming scenes will include a surprise run-in with his daughter Molly, now heavily involved in a surrogacy storyline, and the moment forces Rick to reconsider some of his actions. There's a scene where Molly confronts Rick and says, "Do you even recognize who you are anymore?" That hits him hard, Hearst says. He starts to question if he's gone too far. Whether that questioning leads to a pivot or more dangerous behavior remains to be seen, but GH fans can expect fireworks either way. Rick Hearst on Rick's legacy. He's the villain you love to hate. As one of General Hospital's most complex antagonists, Rick Lansing has never been fully villain or hero, and that's exactly how Hearst likes it. What I love about Rick is that he's messy, he says. He's not clean-cut. He's not noble, but he's also not evil just for the sake of it. He's driven by insecurity and hurt. That's very human. With Hearst's performance already drawing praise from longtime viewers, GA seems poised to use Rick's return as a way to stir up long-dormant rivalries, ignite new alliances, and remind the audience that sometimes the most dangerous people are the ones who feel like they have nothing left to lose. What's next for Rick and Ava? Spoilers tease that Ava may have to turn to an unlikely ally, Sunny, of all people, to protect herself from Rick's scheming. And that could lead to a shocking confrontation between the Corinthos brothers. Hearst hints that the explosive fallout from the Ava blackmail arc will have ripple effects across Port Charles. Let's just say things get messy, he laughs. Lines are crossed. Secrets come out. and Rick might finally burn the last bridge he has left. So as Rick Lansing continues to dance on the edge of redemption and ruin, one thing is certain: General Hospital is better and far more dangerous with him back in town. And if Rick Hurst has anything to say about it, Rick's latest schemes are just the beginning. Want more spoilers, insights, and behind-the-scenes scoop on General Hospital? Stay tuned, because in Port Charles, the past is never really buried, and no one stays clean for long. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our GH News 24 YouTube channel for more update news.